Okay guys, so like I said, we're getting back into the 3D printing world. I took a little sabbatical from it till I got more requests. A lot of you guys requested stuff, and one of the things you told me to review, and again, I do these reviews so you guys don't get ripped off, okay? So I buy these things with my own money. I'm not a paid-for reviewer. I will show you side-by-side comparisons and all of that, and let you guys make the decisions on what you want to do. Okay, so right now we're going to be doing a review on this baby, which I have used before on several other 3D printers of mine that I already sold and gave away. So let's get right into it. So this one's actually brand new. I just bought it again, and I'm gonna tell you guys something about this, and if it's the right thing for you, if this is the stuff you want to pay for, you know, or you want to invest in other things that make more sense. To me, I'm gonna explain to you right off the bat why I got this. It has nothing to do with the heat factor. It had to do with the storage. So for example, if I get commissioned to do a helmet, I do a helmet, I have some filament left over. I can't leave the filament open. You see this, I got this from actually a couple of friends of mine that just give me their leftovers. And I know I'm gonna have a hard time with this thing. So we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna have a very hard time with these filaments because they probably collected dust particles. They collected a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna show you guys what to do. But the main reason I got it was to house my leftover filament. I know it seems stupid because that's not what it's really designed for, but it works wonders for that. But I'm going to show you guys in terms of heating it, how does it look? Does it come out better, your prints, or does it come out worse, right? So we're going to do that. So first off, we're going to take this, I'm going to show you guys all around. This is how it comes. I bought this actually on sale for about 40 bucks, okay? And now I heard for the holiday sale, they're like that's the regular price or whatever. So definitely look into that. Even though the holiday's over, long time over, they're still... So anyways, it comes with this. They're still giving that thing because I guess it's just the regular... I think they just moved that to being the regular sale. So the thing I love about Creality, they really pack their stuff really well. As you can see, foam. You don't have any of that styrofoam crap. This is actually nice foam that you... And the thing I love about this, you could put it in a case. Okay, like if you wanted to take a storage case, you want to take this somewhere, you could put this in a case and just put it in. It's foam that's molded for that. Here's a Bowden tube that they include in this because you're going to need it. Not really, but yeah, somewhat need it. And here is the beauty. Now, this looks so much better than just putting it in a stupid spindle. I kid you not. It looks much, much better than that. So we're going to just move this out. So, okay, and here we go. So this is how it looks on the end. Smells new. I don't know what to tell you. And plexiglass, I guess, right? Yeah, plexiglass on this one. And basically the filament comes out through here. Ow. Okay, careful not to get clipped like I just did. I just wish it had a locking mechanism instead of just closing like that. Has a switch right here to turn it on or off. And here is the LCD display. So here you get to... wow, okay, hold on a second here. Something doesn't add up here. Okay, guys, so this is what I mean by be careful where you buy your items. This was definitely an open box, sold as a brand new item. As you can see, there's a scratch here. And yeah, that's not gonna flow with me. So I'm definitely, and I kind of noticed it when that thing was all scrunched up. So be sure to look into that. It's also missing, I believe. Let me see something here. Oh God, these things. All right. So I'm gonna put it here in the meantime, and I'm gonna show you guys how this baby works. Okay. So I just want to make sure everything is intact here. Okay, blah, blah, blah. But there's a scratch on my screen, which already is a big no-no. So just be careful. Make sure when you unbox it, you know exactly what's in and all that stuff, so you can return it, which I'm gonna have to, unfortunately. I don't like that there's no lock here, which sucks, and I will tell you about this. But again, this is the heat, and what it does is, and right here also, so you have a 360 heater basically on your filament. So it keeps it always moisture free. It keeps it in perfect condition. I used to put it in a dry cabinet, which already, you know, kind of controls the humidity levels, which is great for your leftover prints. But if you wanted to print directly from it and not have to always disconnect it, put it into something, and, you know, eject the filament, which could cause also a lot of clogging and stuff, you basically just feed it through here, okay? And it'll just go directly into your 3D printer, and it'll just be able to print. And you can see when it's not in use, you just simply put that little tag here. The fact that it was open and it has a scratch already shows me something is not right here, which is not cool at all. I also never liked the fact that it didn't have a locking feature on this, because I wish it did have, because it just kind of closes into place, and that's something that I never really liked. So I'm going to show you guys how this looks when it's all hooked up. Give me one moment. So, and then I'm going to show you guys the results of printing with this and not printing with it. Okay, so this one that I just showed you, the Iron Man helmet face, oh yeah, there is a scratch here. There's no doubt that's a scratch. Alright, let me just put that here. I got like no room here in my desk. And that's kind of my fault, because I, you know, tend to... Alright. So here you go, guys. Let me just show you how it is. So you turn it on. Okay, right here, this power button goes on, as you guys can see. I don't know if you can. And right here is the controls. So this thing does pretty much, I believe, almost every filament, because I've literally stored every kind of filament, from wood filament to PTG, ABS, PLA, a bunch of stuff right here. This tells you the time. You could control the timing on it, you know, how long you want it set before. So I have it now set to 70 Celsius. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then you could put it on a timer. I usually like to do, I'm not kidding, probably really overkill, but 2 hours. And I would put it and set it based on that. Then when it's not in use, what I tend to do is, now you could leave it in here, because this is very airtight. And I'm telling you, I've never had an issue with it breaking due to humidity, especially in a non-controlled weather environment. Right now we're okay, but in the summer, let's say in New York, when the weather is extremely hot, and I mean really hot and very humid, even my air condition sometimes cannot control it. I have a portable air condition. It can't control exactly everything, you know, in that, you know, in my room. And due to that, I have to put it in a dry cabinet, which I have over here, which I did a review for y'all. It was just very annoying. I had to pull the leftover prints, take it out. Then before I'm doing a print, I take the whole thing, because I'm just paranoid that way, everything apart on my 3D printer. I clean the nozzle, because I don't like wasting time. That's the worst time to waste. And to be honest, you know, that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to close it here so you can see it just closes. But the thing that I loved was the fact that I could put it in this, the leftover, because you're not going to have 2 or 3 like my friends gave me here. Those will be in the, you know, in the cabinet for sure, but because they're not in use. But when you're in use of them, it's nice to know that you could leave it in this thing right here and not have to worry about humidity affecting it. That's really the reason that I got this in the first place. I needed something to control, and what I do is I leave it there untouched, and because of its air tightness, it just keeps it much better. Now, some people just lock it up in an airtight container. That's fine too. I would put some, I used to put, because, you know, that's not going to be perfect on its own. What you could do is you could put some of these silicas inside, and that will suck up moisture for a while. There's also reusable ones by Rugged that you could get. You put them in the oven, it crystallizes, then you could throw them in your bag or wherever you have these set, and that's fine. Don't get me wrong, that's great. But again, that's for more loose. If I want to use my filament to print out something, I would like to have it in this. So whatever is left over, I could have it for the next one. And let's say even if I come back next year, I'll set it to 2 hours of the desired temperature, depending on what filament it is. And then what happens is I would immediately print. Now, is this needed? Like I told you, if you guys want to take it off, do the unloading, store it in a dry cabinet, you guys go ahead and do that. In fact, I love my dry cabinet because I get filament that's left over from a bunch of people. They just give it to me. So I like taking the leftovers. I put a Bowden tube, okay, one of these suckers. I'll show you guys how to do it. I think I showed it. I'm not sure yet. You put it in a Bowden tube. You cut it, the Bowden tube about like this probably. And you take the leftover one from one side and you take the leftover from the other one and then combine them in here, push them together, and then just simply use a hot air gun. And you will clip them together and they'll be a perfect size. You pull it out, and then what happens is just shave it with a Dremel, a light Dremel, just shave whatever is excess, and you'll have a perfect continuation. It's also how I do Texas spools, as the Texas spools. When I want to, you know, double it or triple it or whatever. I'm not one that likes to throw away filament. Like my friends, sometimes they're like, I got nothing to do with it because I can't do any prints. Even if I want to do something, it's not going to be enough. And, you know, once it stops, because once it does stop, you're going to have a divot. It's just the way the printers work, unfortunately. And you could always use putty and sand it, but sometimes it's a little bit off in the location. Nobody really likes that. They like less hassle. They throw it away. Especially, I'm going to show you guys a filament that I get for like $10 that I really like by Creality. So it comes out to about $10, the cheapest filament you're going to find. I just bought 10 of them so I could have, so just for $100. So I have 10 of these because I'm building an entire Iron Man suit eventually. It's going to take forever to do, but this thing is very, I'm going to show you guys the results. So you guys are going to see with it and without it. Okay, so and you'll be able to make that decision on there because right now I'm printing with it. So even though this is a different one, so we're gonna see how the heck that print comes out compared to this. Now, if you guys get failed prints or whatever, it's not due to this. It could be due to a bunch of other things. Like I said, this thing is great when you want to, to keep your leftovers. I don't know. People are saying, oh, it gives you better prints, it gives you better that. Based on what I do, I can tell you for a fact it doesn't. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. If you're not using it for just storage and to heat it up before, to prime it up before you go into it, and you're printing it and whatever is left over you just toss, you don't need this thing. Okay? But if you have leftover filament, okay, and you don't want to take it out of the box, and you want to put it in there, this is really good, okay? Also, if you have leftover filament and you want to leave it like this, just know it's going to gain dust particles. You could get any of these Creality ones. You could even make it yourself by 3D printing it and put a sponge as it goes through. It'll wipe everything out. But again, you're dealing with humidity and other weather conditions that could cause moisture in these, and they'll pop, especially with PLA. It's the biggest pain in the butt. So you kind of want to control the temperature, and that's where this device comes into play. Again, if you're just doing a print and whatever is left over, like my friends, you just toss it, don't bother buying this. There's so many other stuff that you can get, resin, stuff like that that you will need to buy that will make your prints much nicer and better. Over paying $40 for something like this. Now, if I had to tell them what I want from them is a lock. If they had a lock, I think this would be just much more of a quality product. The fact that there's no lock on it always kind of upsetted me, because it also, you know, I mean, I know it's when it's down, it has these rubbers here, and it just sits there and it's fine. It's not going to make much of a difference, at least we think. The thing is, it would just be so much better with a lock, just to know that by accident you don't get clipped, because a lot of the times I did get clipped when I'm trying to show people what it is. I get clipped here on the sides there, but that's stupid mistakes. But again, if you're just having it sit there, you make the filament come out, you look at it, you do 2 hours prime, heat it up a little bit, you're going to get, you know, great results from leftovers, okay? So that's really what this is about, even though it's marketed, people believe, no. Before you open it from that vacuum sealed bag, you put it in there, you put 2 hours or 3 hours or God knows what time, and then you print and you're going to get better prints. No, that's not true. The second you remove it from that vacuum seal, you could just print all day long. Even with humidity and everything, it'll be fine. Okay, as long as it's a continuous print. The leftover that you have, depending on how long you wait to do more prints, that's where this baby comes into play. Okay? So I want you just to know that's... let me just shut this off. I love that it has a cutter switch, so it doesn't waste any of your electricity. But that's where this baby comes into play. And now I'm going to show you guys the comparisons between two of them. And now I am going to say this. On both of them, I did not put these, as you can see, I did not put these in the dry cabinet, okay? Did not put them in the dry cabinet. I left them out here, and that's what I'm printing with, okay? So I'm literally taking one that's left over, that's been outside forever, put it in one of these babies, and feeding it into my machine. And you guys are going to see the difference between the leftover crap, okay, put into this, and the leftover crap not put into this, and you'll be able to make the decision on how the prints look. Now, I am going to tell you, right off the bat from experience, before I even show you anything, the one with this will come out far better than the one without it. Again, from leftovers. From the vacuum seal bag, I literally see no difference at all. From leftovers, these things have been out for like a week or 2 weeks, even probably a month. Who knows, because they just gave me now the stuff, so you don't even know. But there is no variable, because I'm literally using the same damn thing. So I'm using them both, and we're going to see exactly what produces better quality prints. Now, I might do it in my other studio because I'll be going home now. So right after I'm going to take it there, I'm going to clean it up. Not clean it up with epoxy or anything. I'm just going to, take a sander to it or whatever. I'm not taking a sander to it. I'm just removing the supports. And you guys are going to see for yourselves. Both of them are going to have layer lines. There's nothing you can do about that. But you guys are going to see from leftovers. And, as a big variable here, I want you to know is I use the sponge that wipes the dust off regardless. So that's definitely there. So that is wiping the dust off. But you're going to see, based on humidity, sitting out here, 2 months, a month, 2 months, whatever the heck this thing was. And believe me, they didn't give it to me right away. So this has been out for quite a while. And you're going to see how the prints are from the same exact filament spool, so there's no variables in that, how it comes out with this and without it. So stay tuned. So there you go, guys. So you see, when I used it and without with that device, you see everything is nice and clean and everything is cool. Let me see if I could put on the light on this thing here so you could just see. And what's funny is, I know some of you guys are going to say, well, this one I didn't clean fully, because I'm going to show you this is what happened without that machine. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be like, well, Lior, this is probably due to a clog. Actually, no, it's not due to a clog, because I printed this one right after. And you can see it's much cleaner. Now, what went on here is very simple. This was a 7-day print, believe it or not. 7 days to print this baby. And you can see how horrible this thing looks. So, but it did a good job somewhere up to here. and then it started to fail. I mean, it started building up great here, and then again here. Now, why is that happening? Because in the 7 days, don't forget, I don't know how long these spools were left outside. What happened is, clearly, the weather kind of got to it. You know, humidity, all kinds of stuff, dust. But the dust, I clear it out with the sponge as it goes through, so it's not dust. It's simply the temperature. You know, right now it's cold in New York, so probably moisture in the air, stuff like that. This is why it's important. Now, if you were to do, you know, so now I'm going to say, even for long prints, I would recommend them. But this one took about 7 days as well. About 5-6 days. So, but it printed perfectly. So I can't say that. What I could say is, if it is used filament, okay, used filament, that you're leaving outside on a spool, okay, and you don't have it guarded or weather controlled, you're going to have this issue. And you notice that everything was fine up, you know, a couple days in, and then it started to be horrible. Now, this isn't a lost cause, because I'm going to show you guys how, even with this, because don't forget, I printed both of these in 100 infill. I know some people are like, well, Leo, why don't you do it on a 20 infill? Well, this is the reason, because I like it to be solid. So here we lost some of the gribblies, but not that I care, right? But I could use a rubber coating on this. I could use epoxy, and I'm going to show you guys how you could even save this print right here. But right now we're doing a review for the Creality Pi whatever, so that's why I'm letting you guys know it is very good to have it if you are, I'm not going to even say long prints, because I would say long prints on a used spool, because this was a long print, but you know, whatever. But I guess it could be also long print in general, but if you just open it or something like that, I think it just seems to keep it better. But what I am going to say is, this is the reason why you want it controlled. Even when you're not putting the power on to heat it, it is airtight, locked, and sealed. And then you could put it on 2 hours or whatever to kind of get that temp up, and you're good to go. And you're going to get a fine, beautiful print like this. I mean, I didn't clean it up yet, but you guys could see it's perfect. Where this one, I'm going to have to be extra careful, because I want to try to save this, so I don't want to waste plastic. But if it wasn't on 100 infill, this thing would crack off so easy, it's not even funny. But you could see even on here, there's holes everywhere. But again, I could fix this because I put it on 100 infill. That's one of the reasons I do 100 infill when I'm running tests, is because of that. If I were to do 50, it would be just as good as 100. But again, since it's a test, and if I put it on 50, I promise you this thing would flake off, probably break. It's now kind of solid, but really, really bad, as you could see. Not good at all. So the final verdict is, I would get this just for that. But again, if you're just opening up a full pack and you're willing to waste it all and get rid of it, and you know, that's it, you know, for one print, and then chuck it like my buddies did and gave it to me, well, guess what then? I don't think you need this machine. But if you're doing long prints that take 7 days, you don't have a controlled environment, you're using also spool, whatever is left over from the spool, you're not taking it out and putting it into a dry box, which I used to do. You're not pulling it out of the 3D printer, you're leaving it there. It would be more beneficial to have it from that machine. So I am going to recommend this machine, hands down. Again, guys, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, hit that bell button, share it with everybody you know, make the family grow, comment down below. You know how we do things here. I buy everything with my own money. I wasn't paid. I'm not a paid-for reviewer. I wasn't paid to give you this review. I am showing you, hands down, how to do, you know, just giving you guys the truth. And I love you guys for offering Patreon services, but as always, I don't have a Patreon. I'd rather you guys keep that money. We live in uncertain times. I'd rather you guys invest in yourselves, buy the gear, buy stuff, you know, enjoy your life. Life is short. And believe me, I work 3 jobs to make this happen. I got this. And you're already helping me out by being the jury. Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? And together you're helping me on this mission and informing people to get real information from real people like you and I, not some paid for reviewing yuppies. So thanks again. And like I said, I'm doing 3D prints, so this will be another episode, how to save prints that are like this. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. We're going to do electroplating. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. I'm going to show you guys how to make electrolyte so you don't get ripped off. Keep those requests coming. This part of the channel is alive and well. Like I said, the more requests you have, there was no requests, so I moved on to games and how to build videos and other stuff. This channel covers everything, but now we're going to go back into 3D printing. So I'm going to show you guys a bunch of cool stuff. We're going to do a full Iron Man helmet, but unlike the Iron Man helmets that you're used to seeing on the internet, we're doing it a little bit different. We're going to have everything different, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So anyways, I hope to see you on this journey with me, and definitely comment below. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye. As always, guys, if you like what you see, self-funded here, be sure to check out all my other stuff, from mini-series to unboxings to technology, you know, and Nintendo reviews and 3D printer reviews and all that good stuff. If you like what you see, the only way you can help the channel is by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. As many more cool videos to come. Definitely want you guys in it, and I want you guys to be vocal. Definitely comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.